I got nothing to prove to these haters. And I'll be honest, like it was affecting me. I always told myself it didn't, but it did. I always felt like I had something to prove to these people that were never going to give me a chance anyway. They were never going to give me, credit no matter what I did. So like, why am I trying to? I'm a people pleaser, right? I've always been a people pleaser, and I feel like I do that. And here I am trying to please the haters, in a sense. That's sort of where I was at. I was trying to prove something to these guys. When now it's got nothing to do with that. I'm saying I want to finish him, not because of what people are saying, because not only will that be, obviously that's better for your career, yeah? You can get that 50G bonus or whatever, you get the hype, your highlight reels, all that type of stuff. So at the end of the day, I'm doing it for me because that's going to put me in a better position. And the reason I want to prove that to myself because I know I can, and I'll be disappointed if I don't do it because of where I'm at right now. Ready when you
Yeah,
are, man.
let's do it. Let's start off with the hotel, man. They renamed it the Volkanovski. You know, it's a great tribute to you, a great honor for, your contributions, your accomplishments so far in your career. You went there yesterday actually and got in the kitchen. How was that experience?
Yeah, it was good, man. It was fun, yeah, because we got wind that they were doing that, and then we're like, oh, how cool is that? We'll get some, obviously PR around it, and it's cool, man. There's a lot of hype around it. People are going nuts about it, especially over here in the Illawarra, and yeah, good fun, man. It is. I was over there just having a bit of fun, cooking a couple of like steaks, but pouring a beer, mate. I was terrible at pouring beer, let me tell you that. But no, it was good, man. It was cool, and because that's where our event's going to be when I fight. So they're going to have that, that'll be full house. We always get good turn ups no matter everywhere in Illawarra, but usually I have a spot for everyone to go, like my family and friends, and usually it's full house. So that'll be packed April 10th here in Australia. So looking forward to it. And they even got a beer. They even got a beer named after me, and $1 from every beer is going to be, and that's starting even from now. Is going to go to a charity as well, Kids Wish, which is disability and for like autistic kids and stuff like that, which hits close to home because my nephew's autistic. So as soon as they said they wanted to do that, they asked me what's charity, and that's one I went with. So it's cool, man. Again, they bring me these ideas, and I'm like, I wanted to jump on it straight away.
Yeah. Man, it's all, positive vibes, man. It's great to see.
Mm-hmm.
Something that I noticed about that article that they put out in the video as well is the poster of the Toos KB logger has a picture of you surfing. How accurate is that?
Oh well, like yeah, I think that like they just made it look good. Like it looks like they got one of my photos and like sort of put. I don't even know how they did it, but it's cool, because they got them all around the outside of the building and things like that. So again, they just had a bit. They would have spent a bit of money to get it done, but good on them because like I said, there's a lot of hype. We're talking about it, so you know what I mean. They've done a good job, but yeah. So the lager again, a lot of that is just a bit of fun and again just to hype up. So I think they just got them made. They did it all pretty quick. They got the Volkanovski Hotel like coasters. They've like all the signs around it, like full whole new signs. And yeah, I was surprised the efforts they went. They went pretty deep with it all. So it's pretty cool.
It becomes a huge attraction, man, in your town. So, it's always good to see. Now you got this fight coming up, this
Yeah.
title defense, UFC 273 versus the Korean Zombie. When you look at this fight, man, and you look at the style that the Zombie brings, do you feel like this is gonna be the fight where it will pull the best out of you, like action wise?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. That's why, like, when I'm talking about it, this is going to be a fun fight. Obviously, I've got a lot of respect for Korean Zombies. Been in the game a long time, been at the top. That's why he's even getting this shot. You know what I mean? Because he's been one of the legends of our division for a while. So, um, yeah. So this fight, I'm glad it's happening now, and I can't wait to go out there. But yeah, stylistically, I think this will bring the best out of me, and not only that, I'm the best I've been as well. I'm right now the level I'm at, knowledge wise. My fitness is always there, right? My fitness is always going to be there. I've always had the fight IQ and all that. But right now, what I'm seeing, my strength and, the knowledge I have, and man, it's hard to really explain, but just where I'm at right now, and then you talk about stylistically and all that type of stuff. This is going to be a good one for me. Obviously, it's dangerous, and you still got to be careful of some things. But my style usually will take care of a lot of those things. But I think this is going to definitely be a fun one. So the fans will be in for a treat with this one.
When you look at the performances the Zombie had, right, the one against Ortega compared to the one against Ige, what key differences did you see in those fights?
Well, I definitely seen improvements, and I definitely seen that the Zombie went and made some changes, made a couple of changes, and evolved a little bit. Where I still feel like with the Zombie that fought Ortega was the same Zombie that's been there the whole time. That's why I'm expecting a different Zombie again. I think he's going to know that I can't just be the same guy I am. These guys have been watching me my whole life. You know what I mean? And this style isn't going to, a lot of people are starting to catch on to the style and whatnot. And Ortega was a good example of that. But he went and made some changes, which was pretty cool to see. And you're seeing that with a lot of the guys now that are, a lot of people just have their style and that's it. But you're starting to see people work game plans and strategies and all that type of stuff, which is cool to see. The game is evolving, and some people don't evolve with it. And it maybe seemed like that was the case with Zombie, but in his last performance, I feel like he definitely showed that he went to a straight. He looked good as well. I don't think I've ever seen him work his wrestling so much. You know what I mean? And then everything else was just working off that. You know what I mean? It's probably one of the best performances I've seen him have all round. You know what I mean? So so he definitely made some changes. Again, as I always say, every time I'm in front of whoever this is, it's going to be a different story. But even what I seen against Ige, I'm expecting a even better version of Zombie again. I think he's going to know what he's up against. Even though he said some things in the past and whatever, I know he knows he's in for a big fight and a hard challenge, and he's trying to make changes and looking for something that's going to work. He's going to try and do that early. When if it's not working and I'm getting rattled with say my movement and whatever it is, will we see sort of old style Zombie, maybe even a bit more of an aggressive old style Zombie, maybe, which is still fun. You know what I mean? Which is still going to be fun and still going to be dangerous. When things aren't going his way, I feel like he's going to be like, I need to go for broke here. And he's going to go wild. So that's why I feel like there's going to be a real fun fight. But, again, I just got to stay on course. Obviously, I want to have fun in there. I want to entertain, but at the same time, I don't want to be stupid. So let's go out there, have fun, put on a show, and then drink some beer afterwards.
Yeah. At the Volkanovski, right? No,
At the Volkanovski.
yeah. But when people break down this fight, right? When you hear like a lot of the pundits and analysts and stuff, they always say the Zombie's best chance against you in your style would be to go out there and try to finish the fight early. The further along the fight goes, the better chance you're going to finish him or just win a clear decision on the Zombie. How accurate do you think that is?
I think that some of that makes sense. Obviously, I'm the type of guy that I get people figured out. The more the fight goes, and then all of a sudden these guys are really you're doing what I want them to do as the fight goes on as well. And then obviously you got my cardio, my fitness, and all that type of stuff that I don't slow down. So that makes sense in a way. But it's easy to just say he needs to look for a finish. What does that mean? Come forward. Yeah, the reason why these same analysts are going to tell him that he doesn't really have a chance because he's just going to walk forward like the old Zombie and I'm just going to piece him up. So what do you mean when you say that? You know what I mean? There's got to be some sort of strategy. You can't just plot your way in, walk forward and expect I'm just going to let you walk into my range and throw shit. I'm going to fuck you up while you're coming in. You get what I mean? So it's not that easy. It's what I mean? So it does make sense in a way, but I mean, easier said than done. You know what I mean? And I believe, obviously, he needs to go out guns blazing, but there's got to be some sort of strategy behind it. You know what I mean? You got guys that, sometimes this style can work, but at the top, if you just want to sit there flat-footed and think that you can just scrap with these top guys, you're going to realize you're missing a lot and you're getting pieced up a lot. You know what I mean? And you're going to be nullified pretty easily. So that only gets you so far, and that's why you see some people get a lot of hype, and then all of a sudden they hit some competition and it's all gone. But yeah, I don't think Zombie and his team are thinking that's the way to go. They probably want to finish it earlier, but they know they need to be clever in how they do that.
After the Dan Ige fight, it was well known that the Zombie was sitting out because of shoulder issues, and really he wasn't
Mhm.
supposed to come back until the end of this year. But fighters at his age, at 35, in his career, he can't pass up a title shot when you look at it, right? So when that your opponent has an injury, as a fighter, as a competitor in a fight, do you attack that area of the body?
Well, to be honest, I didn't know all them details as much. So you probably gave me some information that I didn't even know. I knew that he did have something wrong, but I thought that's why they must have pushed it back a month just to let it heal a little bit more or something. So I wasn't too sure. But man, I ain't. I've fought with injuries myself. You know what I mean? I'm the type of fighter. If my left shoulder's hurt, I'm going to use my other arms and legs more, and I'm still going to throw that when I need to. But in saying that, in a fight, you can throw it, you can do whatever you want with it, and worry about it afterwards. You know what I mean? So, like you said, this is his only chance. I don't think that's going to be a problem at all. He's going to be swinging it, I guarantee you. So, I'm definitely not going to think that I can target that, and that's going to be a weakness in a one fight. You know what I mean? 25 minutes. I think that's not a problem. And if I start focusing on that, I'm going to leave too many other doors open. So I'm going to fight my fight. You know what I mean? Because again, I don't want to focus on one area and then get picked off on another.
Yeah, for sure. And the reason why I bring that up is in his first title fight against Jose Aldo, that's what happened. His shoulder popped out. Aldo saw
Yeah.
that. He went for it. He started kicking the shoulder, and then he got the finish late in the fight. I believe in the fourth or fifth round. So, it's always interesting to see like what fighters know and what their strategy or maybe targets will be during a fight, especially a big fight like this. Man, the title is on the line, the biggest title, in the world.
Well, to be honest, if I seen that, I'm probably not that type. If I seen that his shoulder was sore in the fight, I probably wouldn't kick it. I probably would go for the finish, though. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to go in there and go for the kill, but yeah, I still wouldn't target the shoulder. You know what I mean? Like, if that shoulder's sore, that's obviously I'll still just be aiming for the face anyway. It's going to be harder to shell up anyway, in a sense. But I mean, yeah, I guess I'm not the type of guy that's just going to try and target that. But I don't think that's good because I've had injuries, and if people thought they could focus on that, I'd use that against them. You know what I mean? If I sit there and I can see that they're targeting something, I'm gonna make them pay. You know what I mean? They're giving me easy reads there. You know what I mean? That's okay. Yeah, sweet, go for it. Yeah, it's injured, but I know what you're going for now. You know what I mean? So go on. I'll draw you straight into something as you're going for it. So you get what I mean? That's how I look at this sport, man. Like it's so much more than just going and just being flat-footed and punching people in the face and kicking, and just going spastic there in the center. Don't get me wrong. There's going to be times where you need to do that. You get someone hurt, you're going to go there, you're going to sink them toes in, you're going to put them through the ground. You know what I mean? So that's but I mean, at the same time, you need strategy. You need to know what's going on, and that's what I mean. The depth that my team and myself go to things is pretty incredible. And I've always been that type of fighter, but right now, what I'm seeing, I've got that knowledge, and then the way I'm capitalizing on everything, the composure and clearness I have while I'm training and everything like that is what's different. And that's why I'm feeling like the things that I'm going to do that I've sort of always done, I can capitalize on them a lot better. So, I can go out there, see a hole, capitalize on it, but then capitalize on that on top of that as well. Like, really, really capitalize on openings I see. So that's something that I feel is definitely going to be different and what people are going to definitely see. So I feel like it doesn't mean I'm going to be more, they will look more aggressive in points in certain areas, but at the same time, you're still going to see the calculated technician that I am, but you're just going to see me capitalize. I'll
For
just leave it
sure.
at that.
For sure. And you said that you would be very disappointed if you didn't finish the zombie inside 3 rounds. How exactly do you envision getting that finish?
Yeah, man. So that's where I've just said. Yeah, I just pretty much explained why I think that. And Zombie's tough. He showed that he's tough. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh yeah, he's easy. I'm gonna just knock him clean out because he's got a weak chin, or it's nothing like that. It's got nothing to do with him. Stylistically, I think that it adds to it for me. But not just that. It's where I'm at. Where I'm at, what I'm seeing now. So if you know what I mean, one thing that I've been getting a little deep with some people I'm talking to, and before on this whole champion thing is, it can get like tough, like when you got all the eyes on you and all that. Remember, I'm just a regular bloke from a small town, right? So getting used to the hate and the criticism and all that type of stuff, it does get to you. Well, it did get to me. Where now, like I'm, finally, like I got nothing to prove to these haters. And I'll be honest, like it was affecting me. I always told myself it didn't, but it did. I always felt like I had something to prove to these people that were never going to give me a chance anyway. They were never going to give me, credit no matter what I did. So like, why am I trying to? I'm a people pleaser, right? I've always been a people pleaser, and I feel like I do that. And here I am trying to please the haters, in a sense. That's sort of where I was at. I was trying to prove something to these guys. Where now it's got nothing to do with that. I'm saying I want to finish him, not because of what people are saying, because not only will that be, obviously that's better for your career, yeah? You can get that 50G bonus or whatever, you get the hype, your highlight reels, all that type of stuff. So at the end of the day, I'm doing it for me because that's going to put me in a better position. And the reason I want to prove that to myself because I know I can, and I'll be disappointed if I don't do it because of where I'm at right now. You get what I mean? So that's the difference, and that is what's something that's changed, and it only changed not long ago. I'll be honest. I was still there, and you know what I mean, through these lockdowns, and just it was tough. You know what I mean? I'll be honest. I didn't think I was struggling with it, but I was. Now that I think about it, and the more I talk about it, I'm like, man, why did you care so much about what people thought? You know what I mean? Like it's sad, really, but I mean this is a problem that a lot of people have. Everyone has, I guess. You know what I mean? But something you can't let it get to you, especially when you're you can't let it get to you at all in life. Like that's why people listening, I don't care if it doesn't matter. You don't have to be a world champion. This goes for everyone. People are there's going to be haters no matter what. Just like if you play for a team, just because of the jersey you're wearing, you're going to have haters. No matter how cool and nice you are, you're wearing the wrong jersey, they're going to hate you. And that's just how it is. And people really need to understand that. And the people are always looking, you're going to get a lot of people that are looking to be negative and all that as well. So, but now I've really changed that. And I think I already feel like a weight is off the shoulders so much. And that's what I say. When I say I'll be disappointed if I don't get him, it's because of where I'm at. And I believe that where I'm at, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to finish Zombie inside the 3. I don't care how good he is, but where I'm at and what I see, I'm going to go out there and do him. And if he's, and I think I can do whatever. You ask me, how do I think I'm going to do it? I think I can see it everywhere. I honestly can. You know what I mean? I can see like hurting him on the feet, even him shooting and then me just crumbling to the floor and just punching head through canvas. You know what I mean? Submission. I'm seeing submissions. I'm seeing it all, man. Like, you know what I mean? No matter where I'm at, I'm just seeing finishes. You know what I mean? I'm seeing me capitalizing on every opportunity, nullifying their next move while absolutely going in for the kill. So, you know what I mean? That's where I'm at. So I would be disappointed if I don't get that. If I don't get it, I don't care what people are going to say about it. I'm going to be disappointed because that's what I want. And that's what matters now. Before it used to be for other people. For me, it's for me and my family and my team. And then that's it. And my
Uh,
fans, obviously.
of course, of course. And one last question, man, before I let you go. Talking
Yep.
about haters, Jake Paul, he's been in the news a lot, targeting Dana White about fighter pay. He's been blasting the UFC in interviews, writing diss tracks, that he put out that music video, social media campaigns. Do you see him as a genuine person who cares about fighters, or is he just trying to draw attention for himself on the fighter's expense?
Uh, Good question, man. That is a good question. I can see there's probably a bit of both. You know what I mean? Yeah, I can see a bit of both. You know what I mean? In a sense, yeah, maybe he does look at it like, because he probably looks at look at the money I'm getting, then these guys, you know what I mean? Like things that maybe there's a little bit of truth to it, but you know, they're obviously all about hype and getting people talking and all that, and getting the headlines and all that. So you know that's always going to come into play. Yeah, maybe he does, he's believing some of the things he says, but at the same time, the only reason why he's pursuing it is because of the hype and he getting people talking. So that's what I think of that. But yeah, maybe again, he probably does feel that way, but if it wasn't hitting the headlines, he wouldn't be, he would have stopped a long time ago. I'd say that's what I think. I don't know. That's what I think.
April 9th, UFC 273 main event, man. The title's on the line. Alex, appreciate the time, man. Always good to chat with you, catch up with you, and all the best in the fight.
No worries, man. Thank you. Always good having a chat, mate. You've been there from the start. That's why I always got time for you. All good.